Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Congleton Radio. Now we've got the master of Congleton Unplugged. I'm going to call him that just to wind him up, because I always do these interviews with Mike. Mike Sherry. How are you, Mike? Are you okay?
I am very well, Stuart. I am definitely not a master, though. I am completely subordinate to everyone, and that's how I like it.
The subordinate of Congleton Unplugged.
That's me. Yeah, absolutely.
Who's been putting posters up today, all over the place?
Well, not all over the place. No, we just got a few of the roadside banners up today. And then the posters, we've got quite a bit of work to do on our batch of posters. So I'm hoping we'll have them up and in venues and on the roadsides by the weekend. But in effect, what we've done today is we put the big banners up on the A34, that's the Alderley Road, and the A536, I believe it is, the road to Macclesfield.
It's the type of thing, though, isn't it? Putting posters up that people don't realise goes on behind the scenes of Congleton Unplugged.
It's one of, I can't believe how many tasks we all take on.
Yeah.
But it is one of those. Fortunately, with postering, you just do it once. You know, you put it up once and then you take it down. And of course, we do that twice a year for two different festivals. But there's so many other tasks that you have to deal with every day. It is like running a business, in truth. And where, you know, many of us are like managers and like staff within the business. We've always got daily tasks. And yeah, it's fun. And we wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, because we don't get paid for it.
And you always get the short straw because you have to come and talk to me.
Well, that's not the shortest straw going. I have to say that straight. You're an easy man to speak to, Stuart. So thank you for that.
I try to be. I try to be. And we try to promote this amazing event and what it does for the town of Congleton and music and businesses.
Yes. Well, it has done in the past, and we hope it will continue to do for many years to come. We've got a very busy schedule ahead of us, and it's less than 2 weeks now, because it's Friday the 15th. It all kicks off, and we've put a great lineup together with some difficulties this year, because our regular convener or curator, I'm not sure what the right title is, the person who organises the bands and assigns them to venues, he had to withdraw from us for this festival, and the team, we've all taken on bits of the role. And some of us have found new skills. Not me, let me add, but some of the others have found some. Yeah, if not new skills, they brought those skills very much to the fore. I can think of one or two in particular who've done a huge job for us in getting, I think it's 61 acts we've got.
Yeah, that's
61
amazing.
performances. Yeah. It is. It's brilliant at the time of year as well.
Yeah. And we can't stress what it does for the town of Congleton, can we?
Yeah, I mean, it's really positive. Our only measure of it is from our personal experience. We're not out there doing surveys of the visitors or the patrons, as I like to refer to them. We don't do that sort of survey. But I do like it when we put out a little questionnaire to the venues after the festival. And the reports and the regard for what goes on is stunning. It is very rewarding for the committee members, and I guess that's the impact that makes us come back and do it again and again. Because otherwise, we could just go and attend festivals in other towns.
Yeah.
But it's great to have such good events going on in our own town that seem to be well appreciated, and definitely the venues who are the paymasters, they give a lot of positive feedback to us.
It definitely brings the town alive. That's for sure. And I think if reports I had were right, that it's like one of the busiest times for the pubs where they make the money. It's like Christmas Eve, you know, that time at Christmas and things like that, and the Unplugged festivals.
Yeah, well, they're definitely landmark weekends, and as you rightly say, Christmas is a great time for the venues, the pubs, the cafes, the hotels, restaurants, all of that. The Christmas time is a great time. New Year's is a great time. Then it goes a little quiet for a while, and I think Unplugged, I always look on it as being the kickstart to the year.
Yeah.
It's, what reminds people to get into town. It's what reminds people to go and be jolly with their fellows. And there is, as I say, 61 gigs. And if there's not something within that to entertain you, you're living a different life than me. Well, I hope you are all living a different life than me anyway.
It's definitely something I think. It's not just bringing people in from Congleton. It's bringing people from other areas.
Yeah, we get great support from, I think I've heard them referred to as the border towns. So we get great support from, Biddulph, which is, sistering us, but Alsage or Sandbach, Nantwich, the whole region. We do. We get really great support, and often from very far afield. I've met people from America, Cornwall, Scotland, Yorkshire, and they're often invited here for these weekends by friends and family. So it is wonderful for the town, and I hope it continues to be so.
And it really is supporting live music and getting the musicians out there.
Yes, and you know what? They really appreciate the town and the patrons as well. So many of them, I've been speaking to them over the last number of months, which is not usual for me to do so. But so many of them comment on the great reaction they get from this town. So that is really good for us. And they're going and they're playing other festivals, certainly around the Northwest, but around the country for many of them as well. But they want to come back and play our festivals time after time. So we're very proud of that, to be truthful. We're very proud for the town and for the efforts that everybody puts into this.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot like I do every time when we do these interviews.
And now my knees are shaking.
and say, what should we look out for? What do you think will be a highlight, a band that you want to see?
Oh, see, I say it every time. I have to be careful that we don't promote one venue over another or one band over another.
Yeah, that's why I do it. So just to wind you up.
Yeah, I know. But there are personal highlights, and I would refer to them as personal highlights. There's going to be some new acts that I have never seen before, and having read their bios, I'm really keen to see them. I mentioned a chap named Roland Jones. He's got a gig on in the weekend. I think he's on the Saturday night, but I'm not 100% sure about that. It's in the program for anyone who wants to see it. But Roland has really tickled my fancy, if I can use that expression.
Oh, you can. You're amongst friends here. You can use that.
Well, there's another a local debutant named Peter Lilly, and his bio and his musical approach really interests me as well. I might walk out after 5 minutes, but I think he's going to be an intriguing man to go and see what he's like. Other than that, we've got some real stalwarts, some town favourites, I would call them, town favourites and regulars in Malpractice and Robin Bibby, Sheena Shine, Sanini, Sunjay, Heidi Brown. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And lots of, some real personal favourites for me. Are you aware? Well, you will be aware that weekend is St. Patrick's weekend.
Yes, yeah.
So on the Saturday, we have a band called the House Devils, and they are absolutely brilliant for a hoolie. A hoolie is an Irish expression you might not know, but it's a proper party. So the House Devils on the Saturday should have people up dancing with a lot of Irish stroke Celtic music. And then on St. Patrick's Day, there's also a Celtic performance coming from Gus Glynn. So he should probably give due deference to the great saint.
It sounds, well, I know it is. It's going to be an amazing event, as ever. And
absolutely, yeah.
I've got to say, we appreciate what the team does, and it's wonderful what you're doing.
Well, thank you very much for saying that, but genuinely, we all do it because we enjoy it and we get positive feedback. And yeah, we get some problems to deal with, but mostly I think we get appreciation for it. So it is a great way to fulfill time. And we're always looking for volunteers, Stuart, so we can get you on board as a DJ volunteer.
I thought you were going to have me singing.
I know, we'll pass on that.
Yeah. Hey, we could be a double act. We could be a duet singing. You never know. Maybe next year.
Well, I'll do the dancing. You could do the singing.
That's fair. I'm not doing any dancing at the moment. That's for sure.
No, that's true. That's true.
Now, if somebody wants...
it is looking really good. It's looking really superb. I would make a special mention to one event, actually, if you don't mind me doing so.
Of course.
In the Cross Street Pentecostal Church, we have got 3 local volunteer groups who are performing. So lots of the performers here get paid by the venues. But in the Cross Street Pentecostal Church, it's all about community and charity there. And there's going to be performances from the Mad Hatters, the Beartown Youths, and Magic Voices. So that, I think, could be a very special venue on the Saturday. But that's not to take away from all the other commercial venues who will be selling booze and food. They won't be doing that at Cross Street Pentecostal Church, but it is a lovely community spirit that comes out of that place.
Well, I know the Beartown Youths are very good because I can't remember if it was this Christmas or last Christmas we introduced them at Congleton Light Switch On. So
right.
I know I can vouch for them that they are excellent, as I know every band and singer will be excellent at Congleton Unplugged. And like you say, if somebody goes into a pub and they don't like an act or a singer, they can just walk out and go another one.
Yeah, because yes, I've been doing a bit of an analysis of it, and across every hour and many half hours, there are new performances going on. So at any point in time, you can have 6 or 7 available performances, ranging in geography from, say, the Beartown Tap or the Beartown Brewery, all the way out towards the Lion and Swan and Rumba. And it's a nice little walk there. It gets your daily steps up. I think on festival days, I get about 15 or 20,000 steps in. And some of that might be jigging.
Yeah. Well, if I'm going, I think you'll have to carry me at the moment. The state my knees are in.
Yeah. We get you a golf buggy.
Yeah. Now, if somebody wants more details about this, where can they go?
Right. So we have distributed our program booklets around to the venues. So the venues are generally known to people of the town. They can also pick up program booklets from the Town Hall Information Centre. In fact, while I'm on that subject, there is one error in the book. Only one so far. We're very proud of that because it took a lot of proofreading. So Ollie Flavel's gig at the Little Street Cellar is on at 8 p.m. and not 7 p.m. as it says in the schedule. But apart from that, you can get information from those booklets, from the venues, and from our website at congletonjazzandblues.co.uk. You can download the full schedule on that website, and there's lots of history there as well that might be worth having a look at.
That's the thing, because this event now, it's been going a few years. It's got that history building up.
It has, and I should mention that next year, 2025, will be the 15th year. That's 15, in case my Irish accent confuses you. The 15th year, which is an amazing achievement. I've only been involved the last few years, so I'm a new boy. But for those that kept it going and made it go, Joe Manning at Beartown Brewers being an example of that, and Vince Cutcliffe, who retired from the role, they did sterling work. It was really, really amazing work that they did.
It's like you say, just to get it going and keep it going. Astounding.
Yeah. And there's lots of changes, lots of personnel changes, lots of process changes, but there is still a definite appetite for it. We have to hope that the weather gods help us. We have to hope that St. Patrick gives us a blessing for the weekend. And I won't mention the denouement of the Six Nations rugby at the same time. So there'll be a bit of entertainment conflict going on there.
Oh, well, there's always a bit of conflict. It adds spice to life, as they say.
Yeah, well, I'm only hoping the Six Nations will be concluded next weekend, but that won't be broadcast, will it?
Well, Mike, it's lovely having you on and talking to you. It's always a pleasure catching up with you, and it's always a pleasure promoting.
I'm very grateful for your support. You're a star, and your whole operation there has been great for us over the last few years. So we're delighted to also commend you to the world.
Oh, thanks. We do appreciate that. We really do. Well,
cheers. I look forward to speaking to you again, Stuart.
Best of luck with the event.
Thank you.